My name is Mizuki Shibukawa. I'm a working adult who will turn 30 this year. I'm currently living a happy life, but I had a rather miserable experience back in middle school. I see. So you're not going through with it? I'm sorry, sir. You've supported me all this time, and yet… Well, this isn't your fault, Shibukawa. I couldn't blame you even if I wanted to. My neighbor's carelessness with the kitchen stove caused it to catch on fire, and it spread to my own house, almost burning it down completely. I was out with a friend, so I personally walked away from the incident unscathed, but my parents escaped too late and suffered major burns. Are they okay, though? Yes, sir, but they do have to stay in the hospital for several months. I'm so glad they survived. Even after they get out of the hospital, they won't be able to work for a while. In order to support my parents, I will work in their place. Understood, Shibukawa. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to come and talk to me. I am on your side. Thank you very much. Now, if you will excuse me.
Hey, Mizuki, my lady, I heard it all. Seems like you're having a really hard time.
Tateno, stop calling me milady all the time, all right?
Come on now, it's a feminine name anyway.
Also, I don't think it's a good idea to eavesdrop.
It's just a coincidence. I just happened to pass by the teacher's office when I heard everything.
This is such a nuisance. I'm going home.
Wait a minute.
What do you want? I'm busy, you know.
You were on the road to a good high school, but stopping only as a junior high school graduate, you're gonna have a hard time.
You're taking pleasure in other people's misfortunes as usual, huh? Don't you have anything better to do?
The frick?
Maybe you should consider stopping bothering me all the time and study instead.
Shut up! Don't talk back at me. My father is from a famous and wealthy family, you know.
Whatever you say.
No matter, you're an academic underachiever and I'm a winner in life.
Keep the cockiness up, I dare you.
Well then, unfortunate milady Mizuki.
Daisuke Tateno was my old classmate. Whenever he gets a chance, he corners me and goes on to brag about how amazing his parents are. During this particular time, I was mentally unstable and didn't have the energy to argue with him strongly. So I ignored him and headed off to a certain place of peace for me. Mom! Dad, I'm home!
Welcome home, Mizuki.
You must be tired today. There was no need to force yourself to come to the hospital. I can't just head home without seeing you guys first. Families see each other every day, don't they?
I'm so sorry this happened to us, honey.
If we had noticed the fire at an earlier time, we wouldn't have caused any trouble to you, son. What did I tell you about apologizing, guys?
But…
You guys just focus your energy on receiving treatment and be discharged from the hospital as soon as possible. And thanks to insurance, we'll be covered to some extent. There's no need for you to give up on going to high school. I can go to high school whenever I want to, Dad. There are online schools and nighttime classes, and now I just honestly want to work.
But didn't you want to go to rookie high school so badly?
There's more than just one future, Mom. I see a lot of things while I'm working, and then I'll make a decision. How did you get so grown up before I even realized what was going on? That's right, Dad, I did. So don't you worry. Now it's my turn to return the favor.
Oh, sweetheart, thank you.
Mizuki, bro, are you okay? I'm surviving. Don't push yourself too hard, all right? If it gets too hard, you can come and stay at my place, you know. Thank you, but I have a responsibility to the house now, and housework is surprisingly difficult. If you run through life like hell like that, you will collapse someday. After what happened, it's even tougher times, too. Tateno overheard my conversation with our teacher today, dude. Did he say anything strange or straight up ridiculous? He said something along the lines of good riddance while laughing out loud. Jeez, he's such a dickhead. But I don't think what he said was wrong. In this day and age, anyone goes to higher education unless there's something really wrong with something. Don't go about listening to the sayings of a lunatic. You're not at fault in all this. Aren't I? I can't tell you not to worry too much about it, but I'm always available to talk, dude. I'm so happy just to hear you say that. Don't be so heartless and come over for games from time to time, okay? Mom will make the most delicious of meals. Thanks to my best friend, I was able to stay positive, and my mental health gradually recovered. And even after we graduated from junior high school, we kept in touch and went out occasionally. I ended up becoming a functioning part of society earlier than everyone else, but I don't regret it at all. And so, as I looked for a new dream, I continued to work hard for the sake of my family. 15 years have passed since then, and now we come back to the present.
Mizuki, sweetheart, you really don't have to send us any more money, you know. You just bought us a house last year, didn't you?
What are you on about, Mom? It's natural for a son to be filial to his parents, right?
We don't have any more burn marks anywhere, and your father and I are working normally. You find something you want to do, honey, and do it.
Even if you tell me, Mom. I'm training abroad, as you know, and I'm honestly having the time of my life.
Your father's so very grateful to you, son, and I'm proud of you as well as your mother.
Hey, come on now. Enough exaggerating.
Please be careful to eat properly and get enough sleep every night, okay? You just take care of yourself. It'll be too late when and if you get sick, you know.
Yeah, you're right, Mom. I overcame various hardships and grew up to be a good man. But nowadays I'm so busy that I'm running around all over the place like a tabby high on catnip. After I finished my phone call with my mom, I was relaxing in the living room for a while when...
If it's been a while, milady Mizuki Shibukawa, remember me, right?
Tateno, is that you?
Come on now, enough treating me like I'm a stranger. Feel free to call me Daisuke.
More importantly, what's your business? How did you get my contact information despite being incommunicado for more than a decade?
And I thought you'd assume I got your number from one of our old classmates, which I totally did. I was thinking of inviting you to the class reunion.
Class reunion?
We did one 2 years ago, but it's been such a long time, and I wanted to talk to you.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
I've already talked to all our classmates, man. If I didn't reach out to you, even I would feel a little sorry for ya.
Even though you've been ignoring me up until now?
Now, let's not get so heated here.
I'm not angry at all. In fact, I don't really care.
Damn, you're cold, m'lady.
And you haven't changed in calling me m'lady.
So, participation in the alumni reunion is compulsory. And by the way, the venue is Ristorante MoniRobo.
MoniRobo? You mean that high-end restaurant attached to a hotel in front of the station?
This is a great chance to eat exquisite Italian food, buddy. As a junior high school graduate, you may only get to taste it once in your life.
The next day, I went out to eat with Souta for the first time in a while, and I talked about my exchange with Tateno. And here I was thinking he was working a little more properly now that he's also 30 years old. You better be grateful, huh? I'm inviting you, you little shithead. And that concludes the kind words I received from dear Mr. Tateno. How does he think he can act like this at his age? He slid into your DMs too, didn't he? In my case, it was from a girl who was in the same class as us. Why in the world would he contact me all of a sudden when he hadn't before? Who knows? I've never been to our class reunion, so I wouldn't know either. You also hated Tateno, huh, Souta? That's right. If it's possible to get along with such a jerk, well then, I knew you'd say that. And, are you going to participate? That's the thing, I don't know. Our old homeroom teacher, who was like another father to me, is also coming. If you decide to go, I'll give the thumbs up too. I got along well with my classmates, other than Tateno anyway. How about we go, saying that it's a good turning point for us at 30 years old? Hell yeah! And on the day of the class reunion, the venue turned out to be a very upscale Italian restaurant. There was even a dress code and everything, so it was definitely a restaurant catered to celebrities. It's a very popular restaurant and it's hard to get reservations, but damn, Tateno outdid himself, I'll give him that. With these thoughts in mind, I entered the venue with Sauta, who was waiting at the entrance. "Sir, it's been too long." My, you're looking sharp, aren't you?" "Thanks to you, sir. I now have a busy, fulfilling life." "Ever since y'all graduated, I only met the students of this class a few times." "Well, a lot of things happened after all. How are your parents feeling?" "They're doing awesome, sir. Ever since they returned to work 12 years ago, they've been so damn determined to continue working." "And you, Shibukawa, you must have been through more than I'd imagined." "Yes, sir. Seeing your smiling face made me feel at ease, though." "If you weren't so willing to offer me advice at that time, I don't think I could have come to the class reunion in this manner. Sir, thank you so much for everything." In this manner, I enjoyed a buffet-style meal while chatting with my old homeroom teacher, Sauta, and old classmates too. Everyone speaks to me normally, just like they always did. As I was feeling so pleased over something so casual,
Yo, look at you, cocooned in an expensive-looking suit and all. Don't tell me you borrowed money to buy it, huh?
Tateno, don't try to touch me so nonchalantly, all right?
Eh? I'm the organizer here. If I hadn't invited you, you wouldn't have even been able to participate at all, huh?
Look, we're already 30 years old, buddy. I think it's time we became true adults.
The frick?
Our teacher is with us tonight, and you're not the only organizer present. For the sake of everyone here tonight, let's not start a fight.
Shut up! Enough ordering me around!
I appreciate you inviting me, but I didn't come to hear your immature sarcasm.
You!
Let's forget about the differences in our academic backgrounds.
You goddamn delinquent dropout! You don't get carried away! Hey, don't come crying to me if you regret this later!
Tateno stormed off in the direction of other classmates. Sauta and I, who watched him disappear into the crowd, looked at each other, and he said, "He's a lost cause. No matter how many years passed, he won't ever change." For real. We laughed awkwardly. About 30 minutes after the reunion began,
"Every person in this room ought to know about Hakuse Shoji Corporation Limited, and I'm a section chief there."
The one that's said to be a collection of people with elite backgrounds?
I was promoted earlier than my colleagues, and there's even talk about me being a section manager next year.
You've always been so smart, and it makes sense if you're working for a company with such elite standards.
My sales performance is always at the top. I will not only stop at being a section manager, but also become a general manager, managing director, executive managing director, and eventually president.
I think you can do it, Daisuke. I wish I'd known sooner.
Why?
Well, if you're a good-looking guy with a high income, you probably have a girlfriend already, don't you?
And that's the thing. The business ain't too hot in the matchmaking department, see?
Oh, come on. Stop lying.
My workplace is full of middle-aged men, and I have zero chances to meet girls, honest. I'm casually looking for a girlfriend.
I declare, I volunteer as a lover.
What should I do?
I recently broke up with my boyfriend and I'm feeling lonely. I thought maybe I could be happy with you, so...
I suppose so, but we're at the age where we should think about marriage.
If I were to find a husband, it would have to be someone like you, Daisuke.
It's very different from someone who graduated from junior high school because their parents' house burned down.
Wait, me? Just when I noticed he was getting excited, Tateno pointed directly at me. He was speaking in a loud voice that echoed throughout the venue, so everyone around me turned their attention to me.
Hey Mizuki, how much money are you making, huh?
Is that really something I have to reveal all the time?
You're right, I'm sorry. You can't tell us because a junior high school graduate living in extreme poverty can't make frickin' peanuts.
This guy's been talking codswallop ever since the beginning of the reunion.
I can probably put my finger on it, but I'll ask you one more time. How much do you, Mizuki Shibukawa, make?
$1 million yen.
Can't hear you. 2 million yen, I guess? Huh? 2 million yen? Seriously? After some quick calculations, yeah, that seems accurate. That's 3 months worth of my salary.
That's your annual income, right? Isn't 2 million yen a small amount when you're 30 years old?
I'm telling you, you'd probably get paid a little more for late-night part-time jobs.
You can't get a good job if you don't have a college degree.
Mizuki, I feel terrible. I asked you something I shouldn't have. I feel so sorry for you. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
I don't think I can date someone like Shibukawa, to be honest.
You pricks better stop what you're doing! Mizuki, see? Souta! Wait, you planning on letting them talk like this?
Nah, probably not. I'll tell him everything. Oh, friends tending to each other's wounds now, are we? Tateno. People who willingly hang out with the likes of you are no big deal anyway. Who the hell ever said I had an annual income of 2 million yen? That's my hourly wage, you see. Huh?
Tateno and the female classmate looked at me with wide eyes that might as well have beheld Satan himself. And why wouldn't they? Anyone would be surprised if I told them that my hourly wage was 2 million yen. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but I made that much last year at one point.
Even if a junior high school graduate worked his damn ass off, they would only earn around 2 million yen in 6 months, at least.
That's disrespectful to those who started working right after graduating from junior high school, bucko. Depending on how the hard work pays off, the possibilities are endless.
I understand now, so you've become a streamer or something, right?
A streamer?
Aren't you like super active on YouTube or Instagram or something? With your house burned down, it would be a hot topic in mass media after all.
You're nowhere near the answer, buddy. There are only a handful of people who can make a living from live streaming, so...
So you borrowed money from shady organizations then? You're just trying to show off.
That's also wrong.
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Spill it already!
I'm the head chef and co-owner of Ristorante MoniRobo.
Huh?
Isn't Ristorante MoniRobo the same restaurant we're at right now?
The name of the restaurant is the same, but the reason I'm the co-owner is because this is a business partnership between me and another chef, the other owner. Ristorante MoniRobo has about 10 establishments in Tokyo alone, and they're all so popular and so fully booked that you'd have to wait more than 6 months to eat at any one of them. As Souta just explained, a lot of her customers come to visit us. And I'm so happy that you chose us as the venue for this lovely reunion.
Are you serious? Mizuki, a business president?
It's true, we get a lot of reservations from customers who are in the upper classes of society. Our restaurants are also used for wedding receptions of celebrities, company presidents, and politicians. We celebrated my mother's most recent birthday right here. The dishes Mizuki cooked were divine, every last one of them. Thanks, man. Next time we'll come for Dad's celebration of turning 60.
Shut the frick up! There's no way you can earn hundreds of millions at the age of 30!
After Souta's very helpful explanations, Tateno's face immediately turned bright tomato red, and he exploded with such rage that it looked like a Vesuvius had erupted a second time. The way people looked at me changed completely, and it felt as though I was bathed in the white light of divinity.
Thank you for your patience. Here's the beef fillet steak.
Buonasera, Marco.
Oh, buonasera, Mizuki. I heard that you had a day off from work today.
I don't know if you had that back in Italy, but it's a party where old classmates who went to the same school meet up for the first time in a while.
I see, so that's what this is. Please allow me to provide you with some kind of service.
You need not bother, buddy.
No, you've been working tirelessly these days without a day's rest, haven't you? I'll treat everyone to a gigantic serving of gelato.
Only if you promise not to overdo it. You leave that to me, my friend.
No, what language did you just speak?
Italian, like duh.
How is he able to speak it so fluently? Well, Mizuki trained at an Italian restaurant in Italy is why.
What?
So you don't understand Italiano? Well, I'll speak in English then. Are you wondering how exactly Mizuki became the owner of Ristorante MoniRobo? You see... Well, let me tell you about that. You don't have to, it's so embarrassing. Marco started talking about me with great enthusiasm. Mizuki started working at an Italian restaurant after graduating from junior high school. He learned customer service know-how as a part-time clerk for 3 long years. At the age of 18, he was hired as a full-time employee and began training to become a chef in the kitchen. The owner of the restaurant was my true savior at the time. I was only 15 years old, and still he welcomed me warmly to his restaurant. And he continued working at that restaurant for another 2 years and moved to Italy at the age of 21. At the restaurant where I met my mentor, I learned so much about everything from washing dishes to appetizers, soups, main courses, dolces, everything. It just so happened that he and I both worked at that restaurant, and so we became friends. How does that kind of thing happen? A few years later, when I heard that Mizuki was going to return to Japan and open his own restaurant, I wanted to work with him, so I followed him back to Giappone. Marco is my senior and my friendly rival. It's all because of you, my friend, that Ristorante MoniRobo has grown so ridiculously huge. Truly, hats off to you. It's amazing how young you are, 30 years old, and how huge the business actually is. Feel a little breathless up here on the pedestal. As soon as they heard Marco's story, my classmates ran up to me and surrounded me. The woman who acted so condescending toward me but a few moments ago made a complete 180 and started clinging to my arm.
Darling Shibukawa, how did you expand the restaurant,
I don't really want to talk about that.
What? Why not?
I don't really want to talk about work, more specifically, business secrets and such.
Come on, just a little bit, please.
Let go of me. I didn't come here for that purpose.
If you don't have a girlfriend, how about me, eh? Shibukawa, you seem to be single too, right?
You're only interested in money, aren't you?
It's none of your business now, is it?
I'm this guy's family, lady. I have no say in how he decides to go with his love life, but allow me to say, my boy ain't going with you.
Shut up! No one ought to care who I start liking.
But Mizuki, dude, you deny this money-crazed woman as yours, right? Yup. Sorry.
Why?
You switched sides way too quick, bitch. You only just found out that Mizuki was richer than me, and you were just laughing at this guy alongside me. Unlike some people, Tateno, I don't say bad things about others, nor do I laugh at people's efforts. Huh? When my parents' house burned down, I felt hopeless, but now I'm on top of the world. I'm glad I worked hard and never gave up during the process. You just seem like a good little man right now, but... Tateno, don't you ever get embarrassed for messing with people, huh? What? If you're the alumni organizer as you claim you are, do frickin' better, man, my god. I was just trying to use that bastard Mizuki as a fricking laughingstock, but I just knew that was your intention all along. You'll never change. You'll always remain a spoiled, toxic brat. With Souta's harsh words, Tateno was looking like he was about to burst into tears. And just when I thought he was going to clench a fist and fight back, shut up! I'm the winner around here! Just like how a villain character would say when he lost the battle. He left behind a parting shot as he scampered out of the restaurant. And the woman who was making sarcastic comments to me also quickly disappeared, as though she chased after him. Guess he was fricking lame through to the end, that prick. I hope this will give him a reality check. And now that Tateno's gone, I declare this alumnus reinstated. The steak is my treat, everyone. Please eat all you like. I've also prepared a lot of gelato.
How about a drink for the first time in a while?
Well then, cheers everyone!
A few days later, I heard that Tatano had been fired from his job. According to Souta, although he boasted that he was an elite salesman, in reality he was slacking off at internet cafes and imposed his work on his colleagues and subordinates, reminding them he was the son of a wealthy family. Furthermore, it turns out that the president's daughter, whose hand was promised to someone else, had been stalked by the same man. His father and the president of the company have been lifelong friends, so of course they were furious. His family disowned him, and he lost everything, including his job, income, and friendships.
Mizuki, please, I'll do anything, just please hire me.
Nope.
Despite my demeanor, I have confidence in my cooking. I feel like if I work hard, I can become a master chef.
People like you are 100% rejected. You will not last long in the restaurant industry, at least.
Please, you won't know unless you try.
Chef is not such an easy job, you bastard. Don't underestimate it.
Mizuki, please help me.
Currently, no one knows Tatano's whereabouts. Rumor has it that he borrowed money from a shady organization and is now in huge trouble. They say he's being chased around by people unafraid to cause violence.
Mizuki, thank you for giving us a trip to Italy as a gift.
It was the first time we traveled overseas since our honeymoon, son.
And it was so much fun.
You're very welcome. The food at the restaurant where I trained was really delicious, wasn't it? It was. I was very impressed.
But of course, your cooking is the best.
Mom, Dad, I want you to be happy, even if it's just a little bit. I'm so happy that you got better all those years ago.
You don't have to worry about us. Now it's your turn.
My turn? You have to prioritize meeting a nice girl after all. About that, I'm actually dating a woman who works at my restaurant. I'll be introducing her to you guys soon.
Oh my, another thing to look forward to.
I went through very difficult days until I succeeded as a chef and owner. Souta, my old homeroom teacher, my mentor, Marco, and my family, they all supported me so much. And I believe that my life has become so much brighter thanks to them. I want to always remember my feelings of gratitude towards these wonderful people and spend time with all the people I care about.